I used to think peace was silence. Turns out, it's just the pause before betrayal speaks. It was late, 1:17 a.m. I was in the kitchen, laptop open, quarterly reports spread across the table. My life, on the surface, was quiet, predictable, forgettable. That's what I built it to be. Then I heard her. My wife's voice drifted from the next room, soft, conspiratorial, a whisper not meant to travel. "He's a pathetic weakling. Meet me at the old safe house. We'll get rid of him with 3 in his skull." The world slowed. She laughed, low and confident. The sound of someone who's already decided how the story ends. I sat there, still as glass. My pulse barely moved. My training resurfaced, not from my accounting degree, but from the decade I'd buried in concrete and blood. CIA Interrogations Division, 23 confirmed extractions, 0 mistakes. She didn't know any of that. She thought she'd married a man who filed tax returns and worried about deadlines, not the kind who'd dismantle a confession without ever raising his voice. And she definitely didn't know that safe house she mentioned still belonged to the agency. I made one call. No names, no explanations, just coordinates. Then I poured another cup of coffee and waited for dawn. Betrayal isn't loud. It doesn't crash through doors or scream in your face. It whispers. It plans. It rehearses. I spent the next morning watching her move through the house, pretending not to notice how her eyes never met mine. Her smile, too bright. Her body, too distant. Every act of affection felt staged. Every glance was a calculation. She'd been preparing this for months, maybe years, and I'd missed it because I wanted to believe peace could be earned. While she showered, I checked her phone. A locked folder, photos deleted, call logs cleared. But I built systems once designed to break insurgents. No encryption can hide motive. Within an hour, I restored everything. Her lover, Evan, ex-defense contractor, dishonorable discharge, 2 felony charges sealed by private security firms, and 1 familiar face. He was one of mine. Langley Training Class, 2012. We shared interrogation rooms once. So this wasn't just betrayal, it was irony. She fell in love with a ghost from my own shadow. For 3 days, I let her play her part. The doting wife, the harmless liar. She'd whisper on the porch when she thought I was asleep, talk about money, about timing, about my insurance policy and how accidents happen. Every word was a blade. Every breath she took became proof. I recorded everything, sent it to a private contact inside the agency, a handler who owed me favors from an operation in Prague. He replied with a single message: "We'll have eyes on the safe house. You just bring her there." So I did. That night she came to me, pretending softness. "You've been so quiet lately." I smiled. "Work stress." "You should take a drive this weekend, clear your head." She said it like a suggestion, but it sounded like an obituary. I agreed, and told her I knew a place we could get away. The way her face lit up told me everything. The old safe house was 30 miles out, buried behind pine trees and an abandoned radio tower. I hadn't been there since the agency retired it. She drove. I watched her hands on the wheel, steady, confident. The hands of someone who's already killed you in her mind. Evan's car waited at the edge of the lot. Lights off, engine running. She looked at me once, smiling faintly. "I need to use the bathroom," she said. Then she stepped out, leaving her purse, her gun, on the seat. Rookie mistake. I stayed inside, watching, listening. 10 seconds later, headlights flared. Engines roared. Black SUVs. Agency issue. I didn't move, didn't flinch, just sat there and watched her world implode. Through the windshield, I saw her face shift from confidence to confusion, then panic. They surrounded her, Guns drawn. Evan reached for his weapon. He didn't make it. They didn't kill her. Not yet. They'd keep her for questioning. They'd want to know why she was using a government property for murder. I knew they'd find everything on her phone, her messages, her plans, her accident, and my voice, calm and cooperative, on the recorded call that sent them here. By the time I got home, it was nearly dawn. The coffee was still warm from the pot I'd left brewing. I sat down, opened my laptop, and filed the quarterly report. Numbers, columns, balance. She'd always said I was obsessed with balance. Now everything was exactly that. Later that morning, I received a message from the handler. Asset neutralized. Subject in containment. All evidence points to her and Evan. Clean slate for you. I stared at the screen for a long time, then typed back 2 words. Keep it closed. The neighbors think she left me. They whisper about divorce, maybe another man. They're right, in their own way. I see her sometimes, in news feeds, behind blurred glass, escorted between men in suits. No name, no story. Just another classified detainee. I should feel something. Regret, anger, relief. But all I feel is quiet, the kind I used to mistake for peace. Now I know better. Peace isn't silence, it's control. And control is all I've ever needed.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.